this AFC North goes from being 2 weeks ago in the Ravens' control to now the Ravens being tied with the Bengals at the top, but Cincinnati has the tiebreaker. And we're going to shift into the NFL now, Brett, because with that COVID news, which literally dropped, by the way, like hours after our podcast came out on Thursday, that there was going to be some games that got pushed back to Monday and Tuesday. So this week's continuing on for 4 more games. We've got 2 games on Monday, 2 games on Tuesday. Now, I'll look at those Tuesday games on Monday night, maybe place a bet on Tuesday, but as I said at the top, with these COVID rulings and everything right now, I'm only picking out at least 1 day ahead at most. So I'm looking at Monday's games, but even now it's going to be a lean. I got to find out who's going to be the quarterback for Cleveland, because this game could bring the Browns right into that same tie with the Bengals and the Ravens at 8-6 if the Browns can beat the Raiders on Monday night. But Baker tested positive for COVID. Case Keenum tested positive for COVID, so they're in the protocols right now. Are either of them able to make it on Monday? We don't know yet. We'll find that out on Monday. I need to know who's the quarterback, so I'm waiting.
Yeah, I would. I think waiting on this one is a good call here, Higgins. I guess you could argue Case Keenum not a huge step down from Baker Mayfield, but probably pretty significant step down from those two is Nick Mullins. Look, games in Cleveland, I think that's obviously an advantage for Cleveland, so I think that's fair lean, Higgins. I don't really have an idea of what I think is going to happen in this one, but I'm expecting a lot of handoffs to Nick Chubb, so I don't really think quarterback play will be all that big of a factor here, regardless of the situation. I feel like it's going to be the Nick Chubb show.
Yes, and Kareem Hunt also on that COVID list right now, currently listed as out. Who knows if he somehow gets cleared by Monday? I don't know. But right now, Baker Mayfield, Case Keenum, and Kareem Hunt, I don't know if they're going to be on the field on Monday. I can't place the bet. This line's Cleveland -3 with all this uncertainty still on the Browns, though, Brett. And I can't imagine if Baker or Case Keenum gets approved, or if Nick Chubb and Kareem Hunt are in the backfield. It doesn't matter that it's Nick Mullins as the quarterback, because you have both of your running backs to run the ball 60 times in that game potentially. So I'd be interested to see how much this line moves depending on that COVID news.
Yeah, I would almost guess it doesn't move very much. I don't really think you move the line between Baker and Keenum. And then when you're going between a backup and a third string, how much do you want to move the line there? So, I mean, I'm with you. You're going to see like a half point to like a point and a half. But I don't think we'll see anything drastic to like where this thing goes to 6 or 7, you know? I think it'll be maybe to 4. Maybe we see it go to 4. Maybe we see it go to 3.5. So like, you know, they have to win by more than a field goal. But yeah, I definitely think you raised some good points about this game, Higgins, and why it's so important to wait until game time. But we have a double header on Monday night, Higgins.
Yes, we do. I picked the early game, which, while it features a West Coast team, it's going to be on the East Coast in Ohio. So that's a 5 p.m. kick on the East Coast. 2 p.m. my time out here on the West Coast, Brett.
Well, you know, no time like 2 p.m. Pacific to start watching Monday football.
As Jimmy Buffett says, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly. That's exactly what Jimmy Buffett says. Vikings-Bears is the actual Monday Night Football game, or the one that was supposed to be played prior to Thursday. Yeah, exactly. Your regularly scheduled programming. I like that. Vikings-Bears. Higgins, there is a really good history of home dogs just winning outright on Monday Night Football. So I'm just going to ask the Bears to cover because asking Matt Nagy to win feels like a stretch here. But Chicago plus 6.5. Look, I mean, this is a risky play. The COVID, who knows? Things could change, but you can lock me in on this one, Higgins. I'm just backing. Historically speaking, if you're taking home dogs on Monday Night Football, you're doing the right thing.
This also just looks like a very smart bet in terms of where the public money and percentages are right now. Brett, this line opened with the Vikings at just 1 point favorites. That's all the way to 6.5 now. The Vikings have 86% of the money on them, 70% of the bets. And the lines move 5.5 points. And as you and I say, I mean, it's the book makes money for a reason. And typically, I mean, the public wins sometimes. But fading the public on a Monday night premiere game like this, I mean, Kirk Cousins in primetime, he did win a Thursday night game the other week in primetime. Does he lose on Monday night this time? Who knows?
Higgins, I forgot to tell you, I'm opening a house in the desert.
The House of Levy.
Yeah, the Levy Buck.
The Hall. That's what I'm going to call it, the Hall.
The Hall.
The H-O-L.
H-O-L, Hall.
But, Brett, there's Tuesday games as well. We have some NFC West games between the Seattle Seahawks and the Los Angeles Rams, and then an NFC East game between the Washington Football Team and the Philadelphia Eagles. I'm looking at this Seahawks game and the Rams game more than I'm looking at the NFC East. I mean, the NFC East, and this is coming from a Giants fan, it's not very entertaining football this year. I mean, the Cowboys destroyed the Giants today. It wasn't even competitive. Jake Fromm didn't look bad in the final drive. But anyways, I digress. NFC West, Seattle Seahawks at Los Angeles Rams. And the Rams are like the second or third best team in the NFL at hitting overs from what I saw earlier this season. Second best. They're 7-5-1 on the season. Seattle, they're the third worst, but let's remember why. Russell Wilson was out for a while. He's back now, so over 46.5, that's where I'm leaning. But I got to make sure people are playing, so I'll place that bet Monday night, maybe Tuesday morning. You'll see a tweet out on our social media about that, maybe a post on our Instagram.
All right, sounds good, Higgins. And Tuesday night, there is a doubleheader, Washington, Philadelphia as well. We don't know what is going on with Washington's quarterback room, as Heineke and Kyle Allen are both in COVID protocols. We don't know what's going on in Philadelphia's quarterback room, as Jalen Hurts might be back, and it might not be the Gardner Minshew show like it would have been had this game been played earlier in the week. But Higgins, because there's so much uncertainty, there's no point in us talking about this one and breaking it down, because all this is going to change by the time anyone listens to this anyway.
Absolutely. And plus, we still have some college football bowl games to talk about, Brett. We're not at the end of our episode yet because we got,